right, welcome to today's episode of Tomorrow's Leader, where we dive deep on all things leader related to leading yourself and leading others. I am John Laurito, today and every day. So today I want to talk about a follow-up to one of my prior episodes. I've talked about trust a lot. I've had episodes of what are the 10 things that you might be doing as a leader that you don't even realize that are breaking trust. Go back and listen to those episodes. There were 2 back-to-back episodes. I'm going to say probably 6 months ago, easily, maybe a year ago. And they were very popular, very well worth your time, quick episodes, but full of stuff. I want to talk about how to repair trust. There's a lot of leaders I talk to that say, okay, I get it. I did something that broke trust. How do I build it back? Can I? Or they might be a leader taking over an organization that has had a lack of trust. It has nothing to do with that leader, but they're in an organization, and this is tough. They're in an organization where the trust level is not high. So they are paying the price for maybe their predecessor. So I want to talk through what are 6 things that you can do, that you need to do, that will help to rebuild it. It will not happen overnight, and it may not even get to 100%, but over time, it will get better and better and better. It's different if you're a new leader that wasn't responsible for breaking the trust or losing it, as it is for somebody who actually was. But these will apply to both. Here's number 1. Number 1 is seek to understand. Don't go into talking mode. Ask questions. Can you share with me? Talk to me a little bit about what happened and why do you feel the way that you do? I understand it. You've got to empathize. You've got to sympathize. You've got to understand their perspective. Okay. Talk to me a little bit about what were the things, because there might be things that I did or a predecessor did that I'm not even aware of, that I wasn't even conscious of. And there might be some things that I do, but tell me how you feel about what happened and why. Okay, that's number 1, most important. Number 2 that goes along with this, don't get defensive. The moment you start to get defensive is the moment the wall goes up or stays up. When they feel like there's not an ability for somebody to truly listen with open ears and an open mind, they will stop communicating. They'll stop sharing with you. Okay, so you have to listen, not in a defensive way. That's number 2. Number 3, full transparency. Okay, that is absolutely key. Full transparency is critical. So from day 1 and moving forward, whatever this point in time is, you have to be fully transparent with this person, with this organization about everything. It doesn't mean you're not going to be delivering bad news. You are. When you tell the truth and you're transparent, you're delivering bad news. You have to ultimately deliver it in a way where it doesn't mean they agree with the decision that was made, but they at least may understand how the decision was made. I see a lot of leaders in organizations, they just don't explain well enough. They're not fully transparent, and people scratch their heads and they don't understand. But when they learn the reason why a decision that was bad by their definition was made, then they can understand it. Okay, hey, if roles were reversed, I guess I would have made that bet. I see this all the time. When a leader is transparent, it ultimately helps that organization move forward. Here's number 4. Do what you say you will do. Okay, do what you say you will do. Ultimately, that is critical. I just talked about this on a prior episode. If you say you're going to do something, do it. Okay, people are waiting. That's going to break trust if you don't. So if you've started to move the needle and earn their trust back, then commit to something. Hey, you know what? I'm just going to check back in with you on Friday just to see any more thoughts you have. The worst thing you could do is Friday comes and goes and you forget. That's the loudest message in the world. Again, now the trust level, the needle moves backwards. Now they have more reason to not trust you. If you're going to do that, which I think is a good idea, then make sure you follow up, call them. That will go so far. That's a deposit into the emotional bank account. Big time. Here's number 5. Show with actions that you care. Don't just talk about it. Don't say, hey, I care about you. I really care about you. That only goes so far. People are watching what you do, not listening to what you say. So demonstrate that you care. Do something that shows that they care, that you care about them. Whether it's investing time with them, whether it's showing an interest in them, whether it's doing something to help them or remove an obstacle or give them some support that they didn't have, or show them a shortcut to something, whatever, or team them up with somebody, a mentor, whatever. Show them that you care about them. Don't just talk about it, show them with actions. And lastly, number 6, communicate. Over communicate. Okay, there's nothing that helps build trust than communication. Lack of communication starts to erode it. People don't even realize why. I see organizations that, again, leaders don't know the answers, so they're not communicating as regularly with their people, and then they wonder why people are suddenly alienated and people are leaving the organization. Distrust is building. You've got to communicate. Doesn't matter if you have the right thing to say, perfect thing. You don't have to have silver tongue and the gift of gab. All you have to do is just communicate. Ask people questions. If you don't know what to say, ask people questions. That's the beauty. Some of the best leaders I know, they don't say that much. They just ask questions and they listen. Some of the best leaders I know, it's amazing. They don't talk that much. They talk, but they're not talking most of the time. They're listening most of the time. They're just asking great questions. They're putting out, throwing out ideas or gaining ideas from people. That's great leadership. I love that. But communication is so key. We thrive on it as a human race. We thrive on communication and interaction. That is so critical. So again, those 6 ways to repair trust. Seek to understand. Number 1, ask questions. Don't get defensive. Number 2, okay, just put your guard down. Hey, all right, I'm not defending. I'm not explaining. I'm just listening. Great. Good point. Thank you. Okay. 3 is full transparency with everything. Just be transparent. Share it. Here's the deal. Let me pull the curtain back, show you how the organization runs, why we made this decision. We made a mistake. Yep, we made a mistake. Here's why we made the mistake. Here's what we were thinking at the time. We were completely wrong. Here's why we're moving in this different direction. That's okay. That's great. It's transparent. Number 4, do what you say you're going to do and put yourself to the test and the challenge. Hey, you know what? I'm going to follow up with you on this day. Do it. Okay. Number 5, show with actions that you care, not with what you say. Show. Do things that tell people and convince them beyond a shadow of a doubt that you care about them. And number 6, over communicate. I cannot emphasize that enough. Communicate until you're ready to barf, whatever. Communicate until you have no voice left. Okay, that is great leadership. All right, so hopefully this helps. I hope you're not in a situation where I've taken over organizations where the trust level was at the bottom and had to rebuild it. These are things that I learned how to do through trial and error. And just thinking back, what were those components? This is it. These are those things. There's more, I know, and I will add those in future episodes, but my goal is to keep these under 10 minutes, and it is 8 minutes and change. So I'll give you a little time back in your day. So again, as always, let me know what you think. Comments, suggestions, share, like, all that kind of good stuff. Go down below, give a 5-star review. As always, I appreciate your listening, your watching, and keep in touch with the future episodes that are coming right after this. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Bye.